Welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today I am going to set up next month's budget. So it is closing in on the end of January 2022. So it's time for me to prep my February's 2022 budget. I am trying something new where I look at both my weekly budgets and continue to have my monthly budget as well. So this is setting up my February's monthly budget. So I have used a composition book for budgeting for basically my whole life. It is just something that when I started to budget, nobody had introduced me to anybody else's budgeting system. So it was just something that I made up as I went along. And this method is what works for me and keeps me straight on where all of my money is going. And really, this monthly budget is just looking at my bills, those big expenses that happen every month. They are typically constant. They typically are not different amounts. And this is 2022. These are my fixed expenses. So I try really hard to look at them once a quarter so that I can see how are things changing. Are they changing? Like, we've got a mortgage that changes ever so slightly. We are on a variable interest rate in which it only goes up or down once a year, but things like the property taxes get paid, so now my escrow account's low, or it's too high, so I get a check back, and then it changes my payment. So I like to look back and see what was I paying at this time. Although my electric is in here and it is a fixed expense, it's also a variable because it changes. So I like to track what's going on every month. So this is the date and the bill, and this is the date, this is actual, and this is my budgeted amount. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is on the first, we have the mortgage. Now remember I said that it fluctuates some. It actually went up $10 because my escrow account was a little short. So it is now $1,150. It's like $1,148 or 49 something, but I go ahead and budget $1,150. The 14th, I have an RV payment that is cash that comes out of my husband's account. Now it actually is like $178 and some change, or $177 and some change, but we pay an extra 20 something dollars on it every month. We do pay the $200. The 22nd, we have the truck payment, and it is $330. I have a student loan. Oh, wrong space. I have a student loan. It is currently deferred. However, all of a sudden can't spell. However, I intend on going ahead and setting aside $210, and it will go into savings. I am currently setting that money aside as the student loan moratorium is still in effect. Hoping that maybe they will forgive some of my student loan, but if they don't, I want to make sure that I've got money ready to go when payments start to come back up again, and I can just pay a huge chunk off and bring that balance down. On the 12th, I have a credit card, which currently I have $0 budgeted for because it's a zero balance. The 17th, we pay car insurance. It is $376. I pay the electric is due on the 29th. I budget $250. doesn't mean that's what we pay. Like last month it was only 140 something, 170 something. It was only 146 last month, so that extra money goes into sinking funds and cash funds, but I go ahead and budget over, so 250. The 30th, I pay the cell phones, and that is $140. And then our youngest is on a different plan, and that is $30. And then the 15th, we have our Xfinity, our Wi-Fi is due, and that is $90. And then on the 17th, I have a Juice Plus subscription, and that is $50. So when I add all of that together, in total fixed bills, we have $2,826. This does not include any of those variable expenses. That's not my gas for the month. That's not groceries. That's not let's go out to eat. That's not all of those little things. So this is just what we owe in fixed expenses that happen every month. I like to track pay dates as well. So I like this sticker. Oh, that is as crooked can be. Oh my goodness, that was awful. All right, so this are my paydays. I get paid the 1st and the 15th. My husband this month, his are gonna come really close to mine, which I don't like, but that's okay. It's gonna happen on the 4th and the 18th. And then goals. Oh, I had a pretty one for goals. Where did it go? I've lost it. Nope. There, I was gonna use one of these. These are gonna be my goals for the month. I like to write out goals. It helps keep me accountable. So the first one is savings. I, every week, try to put in a little bit from both my husband and I. So the goal is to put 20 in from both of my checks and 10 in from both of his checks. Again, to keep myself accountable, I create a little check sheet so that when I do them, I can come in and check them off. Retirement. This is that little bit of extra, and I do mean little bit of extra, that we put into a high interest savings account. Again, some is for me, some is from him. I put in 20, and I take 5 from his. Again, it's not a whole lot, but littles add up. Investing. I invest in both dividend stocks, and I also invest, I play a couple of bounces and a couple of different stocks, and I like to put $25 in my brokerage every time I get paid. I would really like this month for debt pay down, for my debt to go down at least $1,000, and actually, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at 1,000. And the reason I'm leaving it at 1,000 is because this is not bringing my debt down. That student loan, it's not bringing any debt down. Instead, it's just sitting in an account waiting to bring my debt down. So we're just gonna put that here. And then I have one more note for myself, and that is I take care of a couple of things for my daughter. However, she's grown and out of the house. However, I take care of paying them for her, but I get the money from her to pay. For example, on the 1st of every month, I make her car payment. However, that money doesn't come out of my account. This is from her. So she pays for it, but I take care of paying the bill. And I do that because it's in my name. It's in both of our names. So because of that, it's already connected to the truck payment. It's all in the same account. It just all loads. So I take care of actually sending in that bill. And then the 15th, I also pull money from her account for her car insurance. So although our insurance is $376, $160 of it really is hers. So because of that, that money tends to go back into extra funds for us. It's where I stuff, a handful of times, it's where I stuff a lot of sinking funds. And then, though these are my bills, I also like to set up space over here. This is for, what am I going to be doing with the money that I get from both her and from my mileage. So E160, and then I'll break that down later when I have my spreadsheet out so I can see where am I at with all of it. And then I get a mileage, and that mileage gets broken down into a couple of different ways as well. I'm not ready to break either of those down yet, but I'm going to go ahead and set them up so that when I am ready, I can look and see where I'm at. This is variable right now. It's taken care of, unfortunately, it's taken care of paying the credit card a little bit extra because groceries are killing us. So fortunately, things are changing a little bit, but I have mileage to take care of covering those extra groceries. So I'm not certain what all this is going to go to, but it will go a little bit into sinking funds and my not cash funds, my savings challenges. So leaving space over here for me to work that out later this month. So that is my February budget in a nutshell. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today as I set up next month's budget, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye, guys.